What happens when the planet itself finds itself drawn into the Phantom Zone? Can Clark save the day? Well, let's hop on into Superman issue number 2 and find out for ourselves, shall we? So, as the comic opens up, we're treated to a scene from an ancient battle lost to history. A Tamaranian king, no doubt related to Starfire, is leading an assault against the Thanagarians. He's feeling pretty damn good about his people's chances of coming out victorious at the end of the day. That is until he discovers that the Thanagarians have an ace up their sleeve, and that is that Rogol Zar is fighting on their side. Oh, don't you worry everyone, this isn't the last time we see Rogol Zar. Bendis has so much more Rogol Zar in store for us. Now, back in the present, Superman is coming to terms with his situation. Somehow, someway, the planet Earth has been swallowed up by the Phantom Zone. But, you know, he's the Man of Steel. He's trying to stay calm, cool, and collected. He's trying to think about other stuff, like the time Green Arrow asked him if it's hell being Superman, always being forced to hear the suffering of everyone all over the world. He says that while yes, he's more than capable of turning off his super senses and blocking out all the horror and destruction of the world, he doesn't want to. One, because he's a good guy and he's, dedicated his life to saving people. But also because he says blocking out all the bad stuff in the world also means he would be blocking out all the good stuff in the world too. He says more than the horror, more than the death and destruction and sadness, Superman loves nothing more than hearing people trying to do good themselves. And right now, everyone everywhere is going to have to pull together and start doing some good if they want to get out of this predicament. The world has been swallowed up by the Phantom Zone and weird stuff is happening all over the place. It's all hands on deck for the Justice League to try and deal with this threat. And thanks to Martian Manhunter's psychic mind link, all the important heroes are able to keep in touch with one another and trade strategy, as well as trade strategy with Hawkman and Plastic Man, who I'm sure are just happy they got invited to this group call. Now from there we transition to elsewhere in the Phantom Zone to see where Rogol Zar ran off to. He's still licking his wounds after being defeated by Superman, saying that by throwing him here in this prison where the Kryptonians threw their garbage for generations, robbed him of his great warrior death that he so wanted. Zar is not the only monster of the Phantom Zone, though, because he ends up coming across frickin' Nuclear Man from Superman 4. Oh my god. Bendis did it. He actually did it. He actually made this character canon like he said he would. And then Nuclear Man is swiftly killed by Rogol Zar, who crushes his head like a grape. And you know what? It just hits me right now. Nuclear Man is Geldof from Ultimate Spider-Man all over again. A character Bendis makes a big deal about being super important, only to throw him away as part of a gag. If nothing else, this run-in does change Rogol Zar's way of thinking. He figures that if he lost the battle against Superman the first time on his own, then maybe he should build up an army with denizens of the Phantom Zone to take Superman out once and for all. Now back over with Superman, he's invited the Flash to the new Fortress of Solitude. Barry is a scientist after all, and he hopes that he can help him take a closer look at the Phantom Zone projector and see what the hell could possibly be the problem. And you know what? A lot of critics, including myself, made mention of the fact that Bendis doesn't seem to know how to write the Flash at all, what with the whole caca-poo-poo thing from the end of Man of Steel. Well, again, in this issue, the Flash seems really preoccupied with bowel movements, telling Superman he needs to pee, and then when the fortress starts rumbling, starts talking about his bowels. But that's not even the craziest part, because as destruction reigns all around our two heroes, the Flash gets his mask knocked off to reveal red hair. But Barry has blonde hair, Wally is the redhead. Was this an honest art mistake, or does Bendis not know who the Flash is currently? Or does he not care who the Flash is currently? Honestly, I'd believe either as the comic comes to a close. So that was Superman issue number 2, everybody, and if you couldn't tell, there wasn't a hell of a lot to talk about. You might be wondering, why did I go as far as to use Nuclear Man both as the thumbnail and as the tag? Well, because his short cameo was literally the only noteworthy thing going on in this story right now, which again is strange, because you think Earth getting swallowed up by the Phantom Zone would be so much bigger. This is the sort of stuff they'd build events around. We hear about horrible destruction around the world, but we don't see it. Also, I'm not exactly on board with Rogol Zar's plan of building an army. He says Superman beat him the first time, but that's really not true. Zar was kicking Superman's ass until he got blindsided with the Phantom Zone projector. And there's all the weirdness with the Flash. Yeah, overall I was pretty soft on this one. A 6 out of 10, and a lot of that's just for the artwork. Hey there everyone, it's Cape Joel again. Thank you so much for watching to the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, why not check out some of these other videos I've been working on. Then you can follow me on Twitter and Facebook at Cape Joel, so you're always up to speed on what I got coming out next. And hey, if you're feeling in a supportive mood, please check out my Patreon link down in the description. Not only will you get exclusive access to brand new videos and podcasts before anyone else, but you'll be helping me out a great deal for as little as $1 a month. So until next time everyone, this has been Cape Joel, and I will be back again next time with more great comic content that smacks of greatness. Bye-bye, everyone.